Okay, so I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you guys how to convert between units of energy. And so before I actually get started, what I want to do is put all the relationships that we know. And so the main one that's new for us is the relationship between joules and calories. So we know that 4.18 joules equals 1 calorie. Okay. The other relationships that we know are actually not new. They're just showing you the relationship between prefixed units. So for example, one that we know is that 1,000 joules equals 1 kilojoule. The other relationship that we know, it's slightly new, but not really. And hold on one sec, it's 4.184. Sorry about that. Alright, so the other relationship that we know is between calories and kilocalories. So 1,000 calories. Oops. So 1,000 calories equals, you can either say 1 kilocalorie, like what we've been doing, because the kilo makes it 1,000 times larger, or you can say it equals 1 big calorie. Big cal. Okay, so the big cal is actually what you eat. When we're dealing with calories in chemistry, however, we're going to be dealing with the little calorie. Okay, so we're going to go through these pretty nice and quickly. So I start off with my given. We're going to be crisscross swishing, so I'm first going to write out my given, which is in joules. The first thing I want to do is get into calories. So I'm going to crisscross swoosh. I'm going to put my joules on bottom so that they will cancel. Now I no longer have joules. And I'm going to put calories up top. Then I look for this relationship here, and I find it here. And so I put a 1 in front of calories, 4.184 joules. And so since I put the number in the denominator, I'm going to take 56.3 and divide it by 4.184. And you get 13.456. Since this has 3 sig figs, and I don't use this for sig figs, I get 13.5 because that's 3 sig figs and my units are cals, and I'm done. Okay, I'm going to do the next one. I give you kilojoules and I ask for calories. So what you should realize is that I don't actually know that relationship. I do know the relationship between joules and cals. I know the relationship between joules and kilocalories. So I'm going to have to do a two-step problem, which is totally fine. So I start out 12.2 kilojoules. I'm first going to get into joules, so I'm going to crisscross swoosh. I'm going to put kilojoules in bottom, joules up top. Notice I'm not even putting numbers yet. I'm going to keep going. I'm in joules now because kilojoules canceled. I'm in joules. I'm going to crisscross swoosh again. I'm going to put joules on bottom now and put calories up top because that's what I'm trying to get into. So the joules canceled, I'm in calories now. So let's plug in my relationships. In 1 kilojoule, there are 10 to the third joules, or 1,000. Okay. In 1 calorie, there are 4.184 joules. And so what I will do is do 12.2 times 1,000, and then I will divide that by 4.184 because the 4.184 is in the denominator. Again, I want 3 sig figs, so I got 2,915.8. That's going to end up being 2,920. My units are cals. Okay. For the next one, I have big calories. I want to get into joules. So if you notice, I can't go directly into joules because I only know the relationship between joules and little cals. So I'm going to first want to get into little cals. So super nice and easy. It's going to be 2 steps though. Big cals here. I'm going to crisscross swoosh. I'm going to put big cals on bottom, little cals on top. And make sure you can see the difference, guys, when you're writing it, or else it'll just be really confusing. I'm going to put little cals on bottom. I'm going to put joules up top. And now, and only now, am I going to put the relationship. So notice I always do units before I do anything else. So there are 1,000 little calories, so 10 to the third little calories in one big cal, and there are 4.184 joules in a calorie. So since no numbers are in the denominator, I'm just going to completely multiply across. So I get times 3.2 times 1,000 times 1.184, and I get 13,388.8. Since it's 3.2, everything else is exact here. I want 2 sig figs, so I got 1, 3, and then make sure to fill in the rest of the places with zeros. Don't just write 13. So I got that, and then my units are joules, and it's a day. Alright, last one. I'm just going from little calories to joules, so I actually have that relationship right here, so I can just do it in one step, which is super nice to me. So 12.3 little calories, crisscross swoosh. I'm going to put little calories in the bottom so that they will cancel. I'm going to put joules up top, and so number-wise there are 4.184 joules in every 1 calorie. And so I do 12.3 times 4.184, and you get 51.4632. I've got 3 sig figs here, so my answer needs 3 sig figs, so it'll be 51. It was 51.46, so that the 4 will round to a 5, and I'm in joules. And that's it, guys, for units.